In this video, I'm going to show you a 350Z that I recently purchased and all the things that I'm going to fix on it. My name is Bleach. You are watching Bleach Garage. All right, this is it. It's a 2003 Track Edition manual transmission. Comes with the track wheels and Brembo brakes. They all had cloth seats, the basic Nissan CD player. This one in LeMans Sunset is the color I wanted. The paint's in decent condition. It's got some wear points. The roof has a bad spot where the clear coat got worn away. And the paint underneath is faded where it can't really be recovered with just clear coat. I'm going to need to either repaint that in black or orange, but it will require a repaint. One of the front fenders is missing a lot of clear coat in one spot, but I believe I can clean this up and possibly just clear coat that fender to kind of restore it to the original look. Now I did polish one of these headlights here just with some Meguiar's headlight polish and just a few minutes by hand. These headlights were pretty bad when I bought the car. I am planning to get some 2006 headlights for this car, as well as 2006 LED taillights in the back. I found a duckbill spoiler in the same color from a wrecking yard. I'm going to try to mount that later. This car came with several lights burned out. Not a big deal, but it was kind of interesting that we had a brake light, both front running lights, and license plate light, dome lights inside, all burned out. So I've got an order in for some bulbs. All three windshield wipers and rear wiper were all destroyed. Like the rubber just fell apart when I lifted them to inspect them. As far as wheels and suspension, I do kind of like these raised wheels that come on the Track Edition. I'm planning to just keep these wheels. I might space them out a little bit with wheel spacers just to fill out the fenders a little more. I love that it has Brembo brakes. I'm just going to keep, of course, the stock Brembo brakes. They're more than enough for a daily driver. The parking brake in back is pretty weak. I'll replace the brake shoes and then adjust the parking brake lever. Moving on to the interior, I do plan to get the windows tinted later. The steering wheel is pretty bad. I may just replace the whole steering wheel. If I do go with aftermarket, I'm going to want to get some kind of bracket so I can retain the cruise control. The oil pressure gauge maxes out as soon as you turn the car on. I believe I can fix that by replacing the oil cinder unit. I'd like to get orange leather seats for this if I can find some at a reasonable price. I'm not going to pay $800. And I may also buy new carpet for the interior eventually, and update the sound system. I'll probably replace this Sony with an actual screen and get some new speakers. Up here in the little storage cubby above the radio, I want to put some kind of permanent mount for a phone and maybe a single gauge next to it. And I will be replacing the shift knob and the boot for the shifter. Underneath the hood, just the normal 287 horsepower. It does have a plenum spacer on it and this Canon cone filter. This is gonna be as far as engine mods go on the car. I'm not gonna go any further with it. I'm just gonna leave the exhaust like it is, the engine like it is, and just drive it and maintain it well. It's got some minor oil leaks up front, down low. I'm gonna replace some hoses, hoping to clear that up. I also ordered a few random heater hoses that were on Rock Auto, so I'll replace those just to kind of have some fresh rubber around the cooling system. I know the previous owner told me the O2 sensor may need to be replaced. About a week after I got the car, one of the coil packs went out. So I've already replaced a coil pack, and I'm going to go ahead and put new spark plugs in pretty soon. Minor thing like the coolant reservoir cap here I'm going to replace. And I found out that there's some air trapped in the coolant line somewhere. So I need to bleed out that air to help with the cooling system and the heater inside the car. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching.